The ratio.
Okay, this is the, I mean, you can see the difference in these two gears. I mean,
Yeah.
this one's got a lot bigger teeth. That's a 1.5.
1.5.
This is a 1.3.
1.3, yeah, okay. Could that be any reason for me to actually change the rate view?
You don't want to go to a 1.5
Okay,
because that's going to slow your propeller speed down.
okay.
You want to speed it up.
So then we have to check if it's 1.5 or 1.3 in those.
Yeah,
Right
you should
side.
have a 1.3,
Yeah,
and then the 1.3 goes with the lower, like with this gear set. That's a 15-19.
okay. How
And
many,
you
how many
can-
teeth does this one have then?
This has 22,
22.
and the pinion gear has 21.
Okay,
This one has 22 and 18,
okay.
or 21 and 18. Might be 21 and 18.
All right then.
And then if you want to go to if you have a 15-19 lower, and you want to spin the propeller faster, if your motor will push it, then you can go to like the 17-18,
Okay,
and that'll get you down to a 1-2-0
okay,
ratio.
okay. That could be something maybe. I need to check that actually. What kind of gear?
But
to have.
that takes a lot of power,
Okay,
but you
horsepower.
need to get
not
a lot of torque and power
torque. There is plenty of.
because it's when you get from a 1.3 to a 1.2, when you get up to the higher RPM or higher speed on the boat, usually that extra ratio, it takes a lot of motor to keep turning that. I've tried it on my boat,
Yeah.
and I've got 850 horse times 3,
Okay.
and I lost
You lost.
1,000 RPM and 15 mile an hour.
Wow. Okay.
And in theory, if I was able to turn it, I should have picked up 15
Yeah, that's
mile
true.
an hour.
That's true. That's true. Okay, if we go back now to the crucial point of the gear problem we have, gears kicking in and out, it's actually this spring, right?
No, it's got to be the 330
330 spring.
garter spring. And that's if you have the clutch with the machine groove in it, because this
Yeah.
is what they call a short clutch.
Yeah. Hi.
And then you have to have like I say, the bearing. If more than likely the bearing slid down in the hole, and you're going to need to shim that bearing up to get the correct distance for the bearing height.
Yeah.
Because when they originally put these drives together, they put Loctite on them, and they just pushed it in. Well, it helped for a while, but then the Loctite would come loose, and the bearing just slid down in the bore. And that's when you start losing your shifting, slow engaging, kicking in and out, that kind of stuff. You want to grab a new shifter lever? And
You talking the fork?
the what?
You talking the fork?
The lever.
Oh, the brass barrel?
The shift lever that goes on the shift rod.
yeah. I was thinking.
Okay, but if it's
If it's old style,
the old style, which doesn't have this grow,
then you got to set it to 3 inches, 69 thousandths.
it's still the same spring, the thick spring.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just another measure for the shims.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you have to measure that out to see what height, to get back to that. And then the other thing that also changed from the old to new, because there's been problems with them shifting since the day they were born. Okay, we come up with a new shift lever
Uh-huh.
that has a different throw, and then it's got these ramps that help move the shaft up and down.
Okay.
Because when a drive spins, that shifter moves up and down in the drive all the time. You ever seen that?
It's in there.
We got anything we can put on there?
But this one doesn't.
Oh yeah.
It does.
Well, they do, but the old ones. This is what you have.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I think it actually looks different towards this. Can I just change for new ones?
You what?
Can I just change for the new ones? In
Yeah,
my
you can
guys?
put new ones in. That's why we came up with them, because these
Okay.
didn't work.
Okay.
Had a Bravo one, that's it. We don't have any D-Maxes together.
I think it's got a problem on it. It's gonna do the same,
Yeah.
same theory.
Okay, so that's good to know. We're gonna have two of those. I think mine is actually different from.
It should be this. That's the only other one there was. It may be ground up. Somebody may, usually they had, the cases were different sizes, so they took a grinder and they would grind off like part of the,
Maybe.
taper it, and they, just anything to try to make it work.
Okay.
Do you have any UPS?
What's that?
Said, do you have any UPS truck?
No, I won't have it till Monday. What time is it? They shouldn't,
Maybe she's delivering it.
oh, she just delivering.